Okay, people, it's Uncle Pete. Welcome back to Uncle Pete's Wall Street. You're asking the question, hey, Uncle Pete, should I become a day trader? The short answer is no. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I crush your dreams of riches? Well, at least you asked the question. You just didn't jump into it. Well, I have something I want to tell you. In my opinion, there is a certain personality type that can succeed and does succeed at day trading. Personality type, you're asking. What the hell? What does personality have to do with it? Well, stick with me because I have 15 questions that I want to ask you. And I'm hoping that you are intellectually honest with yourself when you're answering these questions. In my opinion, if you answer even one of these 15 questions the wrong way, then in my opinion, you should not day trade or swing trade. Okay, I know you see all these people on the internet on YouTube riding around in their fancy sports cars and holding big bunches of cash and pointing this way and that way in their thumbnail, which I think is weird. You won't ever see me pointing to something in a thumbnail on my videos. um, and it's alluring. You want to get in there. You hate your job. I want to get in there and start day trading and make all this money. Well, there's a lot of people who are phonies, right? I think you know that, right? So if you ask me, are there people who do well at it? Yeah. Yeah, they do. I'm aware of a couple and I follow a couple that do very well. But I'm telling you, in my opinion, um, there's a certain personality. And keep in mind, I don't know if you've seen my previous videos, but I worked for 22 years for a broker dealer in the margin department of a broker dealer. And I did the day trade reports. We had a bunch of daily day trade reports, and I did them for years. And now granted, I saw the worst of the worst because I would filter those reports to find the people who are in trouble, people whose accounts needed to be restricted, who were getting their teeth kicked in. Right. So I saw the worst of the worst. But nonetheless, there were just a vast majority of people on those day trade reports who just sucked at it. They were just bad at it and they had no business day trading. All right. So I have a lot of experience dealing with people who day trade. I'm not coming to you with no experience. I worked 22 years in the business. And if you want to be a day trader, um, of stocks or options, you need a margin account. And I worked in the margin department. So I watched these people and they got hurt. A lot of people. So let's go through the questions. All right. 15 questions to ask yourself. If you answer just one of these questions the wrong way, then in my opinion, you should not day trade or swing trade. Question number one: do you have an emergency fund of 6 months of your expenses? Are you living paycheck to paycheck? If you answer this question, no, Uncle Pete, I do not have an emergency fund of 6 months of my expenses, then done. You're done. You're not day trading, right? Question number two: do you have a long-term retirement plan? Do you fund it consistently every month without fail with 15% of your take-home pay? If you answer this question, no, Uncle Pete, I do not have a long term retirement plan that I fund consistently every month without fail with 15% of my take home pay, then no, you are not going to day trade because you won't be successful at it. What are you doing day trading if you don't have an emergency fund and a long term retirement plan in the works? Are you crazy? You have to have those things first. That's only two questions, people. We have a lot more to go. Question number three: are you a hothead? Do you go full tilt at the slightest thing that doesn't go your way?
Hey, Where's my tickets to the Sonics game? They were here just a second ago. Somebody stole my tickets to the Sonics game! This stinks! This is total BS! This is... Oh, got it. Got it.
Are you a hothead like Bulldog? If you answer this question, yes, Uncle Pete, I am a hothead, then you are not going to be successful at trading. Do not become a day trader. Next question. Question number 4. Do you have an addictive personality? This one is incredibly important because most people would not admit that they have addictions. But man, if you have an addictive personality, if you're already addicted to something bad or have been in the past and your life is already in a mess or has been in the past, please do not start day trading because it's likely, in my opinion, that your financial life will become a mess as well. Listen, I think it's well known that there are people who have addictive personalities. It's just the way they are. I know people who can drink a case of beer and look around for more. That's crazy. That's the behavior of someone who has an addiction to alcohol. But I also know people who have like 2 or 3 drinks and that's it, and their body can't even fathom having another drink. I know I'm like that. I could have 2 drinks and I can't even think about having another drink. I'm just done. So if you've been addicted to drugs or alcohol in the past, if you've ever been addicted to gambling or any other addiction that has compromised your life, please do not start day trading. You are not going to be successful at it, in my opinion, and you're likely to get into a lot of trouble with your finances. Think about it. If you bet on sports and when you lose, you just keep upping your bets and upping your bets, trying to win back your losses, and you can't control yourself, it's possible you have an addiction to gambling. Well, you're going to look at day trading the same way. It's going to be just a gambling. And the successful day traders that I follow on YouTube and X, they don't strike me as being alcoholics or drug addicts or uh, have a gambling addiction or any other addiction. The people that I follow, number one, they're in really good shape. They're very articulate. They're smart. And the two guys that I follow, they're young. They're one of them's 25, I think, and the other's 30. They're extremely successful and they're extremely hardworking and they're sharp and they treat this like a business. I can't see them ever having any addictions to anything. I think they're smart people and they just don't have that kind of personality. You're going to treat, sorry about that. You're going to treat, you're going to treat day trading just like you treat gambling or other addictions. It's going to get you in trouble. So stay away from day trading if you have an addictive personality. Next question. Are you coachable? If you say to me, no, I'm not coachable, then don't become a day trader. You're not going to be successful at it. Can you listen attentively to people when they try to teach you? Or does your mind start wandering? Do you talk over people when they're explaining something to you? And they're talking and you're saying, yeah, 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 out loud, where you just want them to be done with it, right? Are you impatient with learning to the point where you feel like you just want to get trading already? You know, the allure for this, because of the internet, is great. And because you're young, you don't know the pitfalls of all this stuff yet. There are people out there who make videos who just make it look so easy. It's not an easy thing to do. They're making a lot of these videos to make money from videos, not from trading, right? So if you answer no to are you coachable, don't become a day trader because it takes a lot of focus. Next question, are you a reader? And I always put I always repeat this one over and over again. Are you a reader? Are you a reader? Right? If you're not a reader, then how are you going to possibly learn to trade? How are you going to learn technical analysis? You can't just sit there and watch videos all day, because you're going to end up going from one guy to another, looking for the one with the best video. But what you really need to do is shut your computer down to learn this, sit in a room quietly with no distractions, and read how to read charts, how to read technical analysis. Let me ask you a question. I want you to go to your library, go to a bookstore, or go to Amazon and look for a book called Technical Analysis of the Futures Markets, written by John J. Murphy. This was a book, it was a textbook at the New York Institute of Finance. It's well over 500 pages, right? And it teaches you everything you need to know about technical analysis. Can you be a day trader without knowing technical analysis? No. Can you be a swing trader without understanding technical analysis? No. So I have to ask you, do you have what it takes to read a book like this and study a book like this? Huh? Can you read Training in the Zone, right, by Mark Douglas? Right? Can you read books on controlling your emotions? These are all important things to deal with day trading and swing trading. So if you answer the question, I am not a reader, I hate reading, Uncle Pete, then don't become a day trader. Don't become a trader. Next question. Are you a patient person, or do you crave instant gratification? We are a society that craves instant gratification. Can you sit in front of a computer and wait and wait and wait for several hours for your trade setup to come to you, right? Or do you just, I got to get in there and do something. I got to trade, right? If you answer this question that you are not a patient person, then you will not succeed in no way, shape, or form at trading. You won't do it. You have to be incredibly patient. Next question. Are you willing to study charts for long hours over many years? I'm going to tell you, you will not be successful in trading in the first year, second year, maybe in the third year, right? There's a thing called screen time. You've probably heard day trading gurus talk about it. It's incredibly important. You need to know what you're doing, and you need screen time. So you have to study charts for long, long periods of time, long hours over many years. It's just part of the process. All right. So if you say, I'm not willing to study charts over many years for long hours, then I would say, don't become a day trader. Number 9, do you wander the internet? Do you scour the internet looking for the next trading guru who has the secret to instant riches? I could tell you, if anyone who makes a video that says I could show you how to be rich day trading, don't even click on that. I'm just being honest with you. It ain't going to happen. I would say all day traders lose money the first couple years. It's just the way it is. It goes back to screen time and studying and learning how to read charts and how to do technical analysis. So if you're one of these people who can't focus on one thing, on one guru, who just keeps wandering around because the guru you're watching is telling you that it's going to take you a bunch of years to be successful at this, when you want someone who's going to tell you, I could show you how to be rich this time next week, you are not going to be successful. So if you say to me, that you do wander the internet looking for guru after guru, don't become a day trader. You're going to fail at it. Question number 10. Are you a hard worker or are you lazy? Are you a procrastinator or do you have a burning desire to succeed? Because if you don't have a burning desire to succeed at day trading, you are not going to succeed at it. A burning desire means you're not procrastinating. You're not lazy. You're reading the books. You're studying the books. You're going over the charts. You're learning how to read chart patterns. Right? You're spending screen time looking at price action. All right? So if you say, Uncle Pete, I'm not a hard worker, I'm lazy, I'm a procrastinator, then I would say do not become a day trader. You won't be successful. Question number 11. Can you accept being wrong? Or does it piss you off to the point where you get angry at yourself or take out your anger on others? Can you accept being wrong? Or do you start throwing shit? If you say, no, Uncle Pete, I hate being wrong, then, oh boy, you better never, ever become a trader, a day trader, or a swing trader, because you are going to be wrong most of the time. I know very good traders who are wrong more times than they're right, and they're successful. Because along with being wrong is accepting a stop loss so that you don't blow up your account. When successful traders see that they're wrong about a setup, it's not working out, they get out. They accept being wrong and they wait for the next opportunity. So if you cannot accept being wrong, then sorry, you can't be a day trader. Question number 12. Can you stick to a plan or do you look to alter it at the first sign of failure? You have to have a strategy. You have to have an edge. And that strategy and that edge doesn't come instantly. It takes years. I'm sorry to tell you, it takes years. So I would warn you, if you do not heed my advice and you just go into day trading, you should paper trade for the first couple months just to see how much money you would have lost if you used your real money. And that would be my advice, is to paper trade for at least 6 months. Oh, is that too long? Oh, I'm sorry. Or do you want to just lose all your money? I guess you just want to lose all your money. All right, do it your way. Do it your way. But if you can't stick to a plan, if you say I'm not well at planning things out, then don't become a day trader. You have to have a plan. You have to have an edge, a plan on every trade. Next question. Can you stick to a stop loss? I mentioned this. Can you accept a loss and close the trade, or will you let it ride to see if it will come back? All right. This is important because if you can't stick to a stop loss, you're going to blow up your account. You're going to lose all your money. So if you're the kind of person who loses bet after bet in sports gambling or at the casino, right? And you just keep raising your bets or keep gambling till all your money's gone, then don't become a day trader. If you can't stick to a stop loss, don't become a day trader. You will lose all your money. You'll go broke. And you're not going to be happy. Next question. Can you trade within your means? Can you keep your trading to a sensible amount relative to your bankroll and your net worth? Can you limit your trading account to no more than 1 to 3% of your net worth? Can you limit your trade commitments to no more than 1 to 3% loss of your account balance? So what is your bankroll? Your bankroll is the amount of money you're putting into this endeavor of day trading or swing trading. Your net worth is your net worth. It's what you own versus what you owe. All right? So, my limits are very strict. They're very conservative. Now I am a trader, okay? But I didn't start trading till I was in my late 50s. I'm 62 right now. And I do not trade with more than 3% of my net worth. In fact, I would say it's more around 1.5% of my net worth. And that's the amount of money I have as my bankroll, as my account balance. Okay. And I don't make any trade commitments that are more than 1 to 3%. That's my rules for me. I know other successful traders who do quite a bit more, but that's up to them. They're actually much better at it, me, and farther along than me in the day trading journey. So they have greater skill at this point in time than I do. But so they take more risk. All right. Will I take more risk in the future? I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. But right now, I don't need to risk all this money to make money. All right. Last question. Do you quit easily or can you keep pushing forward? All right. If you were going to attempt to become a day trader or a swing trader and you abide by the rules of it, by accepting your losses, getting out of a trade at your stop loss, not blowing up your account. Okay? It's going to take you a few years to see some consistency, to see some point where you're profiting. All right? If you quit easily, then maybe it's a good thing that you quit easily if you don't have any discipline of the other 14 questions that I asked you. Then it's probably a good idea for you to quit and never day trade again. But if you answered the previous 14 questions correctly, then maybe you might want to give it a shot, but with very limited amount of money. And in the beginning, I would just say paper trade. And if you can't show consistent profits paper trading, what makes you think you're going to show consistent profits with real money? You won't. Okay. So, next, let me explain why I didn't start day trading and swing trading until I was in my 50s. Well, because I didn't have the wherewithal to do it. I was working full time. I couldn't sit at work and day trade all day. They weren't going to put up with that. But I got laid off when I was 57, and I decided to just retire. And I commit, like I said, just 1 to 3% of my net worth to trading. And if I lose that, then that's it. I won't do it again. Right? So that's how much of my net worth that I risk. My account balance that I risk on any one trade is just 1 to 3%. So, and I stick to my stop losses so that I can stay in the game. I'm not going to blow up my account and get blown out. All right. But I've developed some rules and some tactics that I follow religiously. Let's go over them. DSRs, my daily survival rules. Number 1, control your emotions. Number 2, don't revenge trade. When you lose a trade, don't just get right back in because you got to get that money back. You're going to just lose more. Number 3, be patient. Wait for your setups. Most of successful day trading is doing nothing. You're just waiting. You're waiting. If you're an impulsive person where you just got to get in there and start trading, you're going to lose. Number 4, don't overtrade. Most successful traders, they take a couple trades a day. I know a successful day trader who takes one trade. If he hits the amount that he's looking to make, he's done for the day. He closes up his computer and he goes and does something else. He goes to the gym. Right? Number 5, don't trade on FOMC days or days of huge news events. FOMC is Federal Open Market Committee. That's the Fed announcing what they're going to do with interest rates. I do not trade on FOMC days. I sit that day out because it's too volatile. It's all over the place. Your setups get all screwed up. And days of huge news events, like if a company is getting investigated, a big company that affects the markets in a big way is getting investigated for something or other, I stay away. Number 6, don't trade a stock on earnings day. If a stock has an earnings announcement coming up, I don't trade that day because I have no idea what's going to happen to the stock price. I don't trade options on that day. And if I have options in that security coming up to earnings day, I decide I have to make a decision. Do I want to hold my options to earnings or not? Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Because you never know. A lot of people think, oh, if the company has good earnings, the stock's going to go up. Not all the time. It's not always that way. Sometimes that's already baked in. And the smart money has already taken that into consideration. And on earnings day, they get out. And number 7, don't ever quit. Note, if you answered one of the previous 15 questions in the wrong way, you should not be a trader. And if you're not willing to follow basic rules of survival, you should not be a trader. You see, I have to fix my work here. Okay? Those are my daily survival rules. Here's my DSTs, my daily survival tactics. Number 1, get up early and plan your trading day. All right? A lot of you people think because they've seen videos of people talking about, I get up at a few minutes before the market opens at 9:30. I trade for about 15 minutes. I make $50,000, and then I shut down my computer and I'm done for the day. It doesn't work that way. You have to get up several hours before the market is open, and you have to plan your trading day. You have to figure out your setups, what you're going to do. You have to look at the overnight, where the positions that you trade, what happened in the overnight. You have to examine all this. You have to get ready. Number 2, know your daily bankroll, your account balance, and write it down. How are you going to stay within your limits if you don't know what your bankroll is, what your account balance is? Number 3, know your risk reward on every trade. You should have your charts set up, right? And your demand and supply levels. So you should know what your risk reward is on every trade. You know what you're risking, and you keep to your stop losses, right? And you know where you want the position to go for you to get out. Number 4, never risk more than 1 to 3% of your bankroll on any one trade. If you want to make more money, get a bigger bankroll. Makes sense, right? right? Number 5, respect your stop loss and get out. Don't hold on. You're just going to lose more money. Are there times when you're going to get whipsawed out of it? It's going to hit your stop loss. You're going to get out. And as soon as you get out, it goes right back to where you want it to go. Yep. Happens to me a lot. Happens to everybody. But you have to respect your stop loss. If you don't, you're going to blow up your account and lose all your money. And incidentally, if you're trading, your broker is not going to just let you keep losing money. They're going to get you out. They'll close your trade before you do. All right. They're not going to just sit there and let you, if you're on margin, they're not going to just sit there and let you play with their money and put their money at risk. They're going to close you out. Margin departments in brokerage firms run reports all day long. They run risk reports. Your account shows up on their risk report, they're going to take you out. Right? Number 6, close at least 75%, if not 100% of your trade when your target is hit. Don't be a pig. Right? Don't be a pig. Take your profits. You never go broke taking a profit. Number 7, if you incur 3 losing trades in one day, it's time to pull the goalie. It's not your day. Shut down and go do something else. All right? 3 losing trades in one day. I don't care what the amount is. If it's $5, it's a losing trade. If you have 3 of them in a day, shut down. It's not your day. Right? Tomorrow's another day. The stock market's been there for over 200 years. It's going to be there tomorrow for you. Right? Okay. If you don't like my rules, fine. You had better make up some of your own and stick to them, or you will not be a successful trader. Okay? That's the bottom line. You have to have a set of rules for yourself. And I have some final thoughts. Sometimes you can learn a lot from the movies. Think about what Mickey Rourke is saying here. Think long and hard about what he is saying. All right? It's Uncle Pete. I'll see you in the next video.
That's all there is to it?
No, that ain't all there is to it. You gotta get in, you gotta get out. You gotta pick the right spot, the right time. And you gotta try not to get famous while you're in the act. That's all there was to it. Any idiot could do it.
Sorry.
Hey, now, I wanna ask you something. Are you listening to me, asshole? Because I like you. I got a serious question for you. What the fuck are you doing? This is not shit for you to be messing with. Are you ready to hear something? I want you to see if this sounds familiar. Anytime you try a decent crime, you got 50 ways you can fuck up. If you think it's 25 of them, then you're a genius. And you ain't no genius. You remember who told me that?